It began in the center of the universe, over 10 billion years ago, on the planet Oa.
A race of immortals decided to declare themselves the guardians of the universe.
They forged the central power battery, fueling the rings of their intergalactic police force, the Green Lantern Corps.
But there was a weakness in their plan, an impurity, and the Guardians finally learned nothing lasts forever.
Find him! Find Kyle Rayner!
Highway Hill, New Mexico. He's still sweating, one of the boys says.
Why hasn't anyone shown up? How can they not have seen that crash? The other boy replies.
I don't know. Maybe his ship has cloaking or something. What do you think he has in that thing anyway?
Kyle Rayner starts to move and thinks to himself. My instinct cries out. A harness for your dislocated shoulder, sutures for your cuts in your flesh. Sketch them in your head, draw over reality and make the pain go away. But I grind my teeth and swallow my blood and deal with it. I've had worse, I tell myself.
Though I'm hard-pressed to remember when. My power ring. John warned me not to take it for granted, and not to underestimate its limitations. It'd be so easy just to force my will into it. So easy to feel better. But I can't.
I have to show them all. I saw it. I saw it because I'm the only one that knows fear.
As Kyle Rayner passes out again, the boys hear something coming from his ring. They can hear the name Parallax, and that he is coming.
Northern California, back at Ferris Airfield. Hal!
It's good to see you, Carol.
5 minutes ago, this Tomcat and all the others were rusty piles of junk. The concrete cracked and overgrown. Ferris aircraft was condemned, and now it's like new. It's beautiful. Did you do this?
Do you remember our first time on this airstrip, Carol?
They flash back to her first week on the job and Hal flirting with her, asking her out on a date.
No, Carol. The first time.
The time we never talk about, as it flashes back to when they were both kids.
Dad gave me his jacket to hold on to. He always said you could read a man's integrity by the way he wore his jacket. He had it high on his shoulders, close to his neck, but open, ready to offer to anyone who needed it more than him. I hoped one day it would be mine. I wished for it, a young Hal says.
My dad's flying that plane, Hal says.
My dad owns that plane, a young Carol says back.
Hal can see it all again, as if he was living through it for a second time.
Having some problems here, Ferris. Hal can hear his dad talking on the old radio. Oil's getting eaten up quick. I think the last of the torque pins just failed. I thought this was sent to eye-level repair. Hal's dad yells through the radio.
It was, Ferris yells back.
I need to bring it in, away from the crowd, Hal's dad says.
There's no external leakage. The investors are watching. That's $15 million in 6 years of development you have up there. Keep flying, Jordan.
Dad! Hal screams.
When your worst fear happens in front of your eyes, there's nothing left to be afraid of. I'd swore I'd never let go of this jacket and that I'd always wear it right.
We've never really talked about your father, but it was always there. The big elephant in the room.
More like a T-Rex.
That's why my dad tried to keep you in the simulators, on the ground. He didn't want another death on his conscience.
Your father was a good man, Carol. It tore him up inside. I know that now.
Martin Jordan died a hero. He saved all of our lives, just like you did.
The day my father died, I learned about sacrifice. And I learned that sometimes you can't trust those in charge. Sometimes you have to question authority. And that's what I have to do now. Everything I have done these last few years, I'm not proud of it, Carol. I hate it. But something happened. And it goes beyond this nonsense with Spectre. Something's been clouding my judgment, making me doubt the world and myself, making me afraid of my own actions, my own willpower. And that is not me. I need to find a way back.
Back? Back to where? Carol asks Hal with concern.
Back to who I was.
Now, back at the watchtower with John Stewart and the Green Arrow.
I used to wonder how something so small could be so damn powerful. Then I got to know the man who wore it. And back in the day, Hal could have saved the world with a book of matches, the Green Arrow said.
Though there was a time when he was trapped in a cave of gold on Jupiter's moon. Another when he was blinded by mustard. They don't still have that problem with yellow anymore, do they?
Not since the original central battery was destroyed. When did he give you the ring? John asks.
Years ago, on the road. Though I doubt the Guardians would have approved. Testy little elves. And for the oldest living beings in the universe, they're a tad on the naive side.
When you're watching everything from this high up, you're going to miss the details. Removed from what's important. I could charge the ring for you, John offers the Green Arrow.
I don't want to use it, John. Hell, I'm not even sure I can. I held on to Hal's ring once, and I could barely get it to glow.
You won't have to use it, John states. Batman was wrong this time. It happens.
I've got him, Zatanna tells them. The Spectre is at Ferris Aircraft.
You certain, Zatanna? Batman asks.
Hal Jordan's soul has been grafted to one of the most powerful mystical forces in existence. It's hard not to feel his presence when he's walking the earth. Even the Blue Devil could find him right now.
Keep your eyes on Guy Gardner, Jean. We're going to talk to Hal, Batman tells them.
And I'm hoping that will be enough, Superman says.
Hoping is what you do best, Clark. And before you tear into me again, Stewart, that was meant as a compliment, Batman says.
It might be better if you stay here with Manhunter and Dr. Midnight, Queen.
I'm not a nurse.
And if things go bad for us down there, who leads everyone else in? Who else knows Hal as well as you do? I'm just trying to prepare for the worst.
And that's what you do best, Bats. That's what you do best.
New York, headquarters of the Justice Society of America. I need to talk to Mr. Terrific.
You need the rest, Dad. Your fever's getting worse.
Terrific! I need...
I'm going to assist Dr. Midnight, though I'm not sure how much I can actually help him, Mr. Fantastic says. As soon as we have a clue to what's wrong with Gardner, we'll be back.
I'm only connected to the Green Lantern Corps by name. My ring is based on magic, not science, Dr. Midnight says. But I still feel a sense of responsibility to them and the Spectre.
I understand, Alan. Dr. Fate and the others are on standby, Mr. Terrific says. He seems pretty eager to stand up for Jordan Flash, despite the madness he's inflicted on the JSA.
How would you feel, Terrific, if the man who shared your name
turned into a killer?
Back at Ferris Airfield. Hal, I'm married, Carol says. I love my husband, and I'm happy with my life.
I know, and I'm glad, Hal tells Carol. They hug and are interrupted by Batman and the rest of the Justice League.
What are you doing? Batman asks Stewart.
Talking to a friend, Stewart replies.
What's wrong? Do you need help, Batman? Hal asks.
We need to ask you some questions, Hal, Wonder Woman tells Hal.
An hour ago, every road, street sign, and your apartment building reappeared where Coast City used to be. Guy Gardner suffered some kind of metahuman hemorrhage. He exploded, taking part of the city block with him.
Guy? Is he all right? Hal asks with concern.
What did you do to him, Hal? What did you do to Coast City? Flash questions.
I fixed this airfield for Carol, Wally. But that's all I did today, Hal says, with his eyes starting to glow green.
Back to fixing things, Jordan.
Batman, shut up, Stewart says, grabbing at his head.
John, Aquaman says.
Guy was right. I'm a good soldier. But it's time to stand out again. It's time to voice my opinion, Stewart says as he sends a blast of energy crashing into the rest of the Justice League.
John, what are you doing? Superman asks Stewart. Stop this, now, Superman demands.
Even the strongest of structures have their weak points, Superman, Stewart says.
Hal starts to transform into the Spectre as Carol is confused about what is happening.
I've got to stop John. What the hell is he?
We are the Spectre, and this fight is not ours. Vengeance calls. Victims cry out for justice.
Let go of me! Hal tries to fight the control of the Spectre.
The Spectre is needed elsewhere.
Carol calls out for Hal while John Stewart shoots light constructs at the Flash.
Parallax is coming. Parallax is coming.
Back at the Watchtower. You're right, Midnight. His organs seem to be rebuilding themselves. His human DNA is winning out.
Strange. I'm having trouble making contact, Midnight says.
At least he looks better. He's... Ow! The ring is hot, the Green Arrow says.
It is duplicating itself. What did you...
Nothing, Jean. As the ring flies through the room and lands on Guy's finger.
Parallax is coming.
Oh, yeah, Guy says.
Guy, your thoughts, confidence, arrogance, and fear? Are you all right? Jean asks.
You know what they say, Johnny boy, Guy says back, causing a massive blast of energy. Beware my power. Guy smiles, fully healed and back in his Green Lantern suit.
Back in Highway Mill, New Mexico.
Parallax is coming! Parallax is coming!
What does that mean? One of the boys asks.
Why won't that ring shut up? The other boy questions.
It's a warning, Kyle Rayner says. It has a name.
You keep saying that. What does? What has a name? The first boy asks.
The weakness. The impurity, Kyle says.
Just then, above them, a rush of air catches their attention.
What the hell is that? One of the boys asks.
A friend.
Thanks for all your help, but you need to get out of here, guys. Now.
But
Go, Kyle yells.
at least he used to be. Kilowog was one of the strongest members of the Green Lantern Corps. He put rookies through hell and back. He trained them to perfection.
Come on, y'all, poozer. Let's make this easy, Kilowog says to Kyle. Use the ring, Kyle.
No, Kyle says back.
He trained Hal Jordan.
I said use it, Kilowog demanded.
Don't give up, Kyle. Don't be weak. The coffin, it's open, exposed. I have to.
Green Lantern of Sector 647. Kilowog of Bolavax Vic. You will lower your ring, and you will cease your actions immediately. The soul of Hal Jordan may reside within the Spectre, but the body of Hal Jordan is under the Guardian's protection. What will happen to Hal and his body? Who are the Guardians of the universe? What is Parallax? Find out more in the next episode.